Okay. I so Arnold, right?
Yeah.
He did a lot of movies like this. This was one of those movies that I always missed. Like I never watched the original Predator.
Yeah.
And I thought, and I was watching it, and I finally was getting, all the references.
Yeah.
The get to the chopper, the you are one ugly motherfucker, all those. And I was thinking, Arnold has like a long list of like really cool one-liners. So I was like, what is everyone's favorite Arnold one-liner?
Fuck.
Right?
I think I have mine in my back pocket though.
All right. Which one is it?
It's I don't even know if it's a one-liner. It's just a line that he says in Terminator 2 when he's like, what's it called? Your foster parents are dead. like he just knew, like just like that whole cold. He just told him like they're dead.
They're dead.
So what's up?
They've been replaced. Yeah, they're dead. They've been replaced. Like that one.
Yeah. What about yours?
Oh, I think mine is from Total Recall. It's when he's shooting the wife, and she goes, "You wouldn't do this to your wife," and he shoots her, and he goes, "Consider it a divorce."
Consider this divorced.
Consider this a divorce. Just shoots her. Yeah.
What's it called? Fucking.
But oh god, there's so many. I fucking love Jingle All the Way. The put the cookie down, put it down. Yeah.
Dude, have you seen a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine or not really?
I've seen. I saw like all the way to the season when they canceled it, and then I saw the season that when they returned. Yeah, and I didn't watch the rest.
Well, they only have one season after that, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
There was a start to one of the episodes. And I'm like, this is a perfect 80s movie like opening, where it's like they're Santas and they're jumping like a suspect. like imagine if like that's the beginning of a 90s film where he just goes ho 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 ho, and then out of nowhere like a guy starts walking, and then the Santa like just drops his bell, starts walking behind the guy and takes out a pistol. It's like, Mom, look, it's Santa. Why does he have a gun? Oh shit! And then he starts chasing down the bad guy. Tackles the fuck out of him, and then as he's picking him up, all the kids are like, "Wow, Santa!" Whatever. He's like, "This is what happens when you do drugs, kids." Santa comes right after you. Come on, tell me that's not the most fucking like 80s, 90s fucking opening for a film.
Sounds like something out of like a movie that Arnold himself would star in. Yeah. Where the fuck is Fernie?
No clue, man. Done.
Hey, so the other day I was going down on my girlfriend and I said to her, "Geez, you got a big pussy. Geez, you got a big pussy." And she said, "Why did you say that twice?" And I said, "I didn't. It's because of the echo."
Bro. That joke wasn't funny in the 80s. It sure as shit ain't funny now. Fuck. Dude. Oh man. So fun fact, folks. Pre-watching this, neither me nor Chema had ever seen Predator.
This was a first time watch, and we're gonna take you on that journey with us. So have fun.
Oh god. Okay. So fucking Predator. Jesus.
You want to do the little opening thing? You haven't done one in a while. It's always me who does it.
I guess because always it feels like more of a you film than my film, but fuck it, I'll do it.
All films are my films. Let's go.
Okay, look, let's be real here for a sec, all right? Belle was your film. The Batman was my goddamn movie.
Oh yeah, it was. It was definitely was.
All right, fuck it. Okay, so thank you for welcoming. Wait, thank you for welcoming us onto your headphones. I'm ready. Oh my god, is that offensive? I don't know if that's offensive.
Oh no.
I don't know if that's offensive.
And this is the rollback.
Is it offensive?
keep that. We're gonna keep that.
I tried to do an Artie voice. Is that offensive? I don't know if it's offensive or not.
Too late.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh God. Dutch and his group of commandos are hired by the CIA to rescue a downed airman from the guerrillas in a Central American jungle. This mission goes well, but as they turn, they find that something is hunting them. Nearly invisible, it blends in with the forest, taking trophies from the bodies of its victims as it goes along. Occasionally seeing through its eyes, the audience sees it as an intelligent alien hunter hunting them for sport, killing them off one at a time. So this is the John McTiernan 1987 classic Predator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, Jesse Ventura, Bill Duke, and Shane Black. So this is The Predator. No, wait, that's the movie that came out in 2018. That was The Predator, not to be confused with The Predator, which came out in 2018. Not to be confused with Predators, which came out in
2010.
Around 2010. Not to be confused with Predator 2, which is the sequel, which of course no one does. I don't know why people get confused. This is so easy. So first time watch for you, first time watch for me. Supposedly classic. Seeing it in completely fresh eyes, not blinded by any nostalgia. What did you think of Predator?
Predators did it better.
Oh yeah, you like Predators, right?
Yeah. Oh man. So there's my controversial take. No, I mean, this film is. I get why it's an iconic film. Like there's no fucking. And unfortunately, the word iconic is thrown around a lot. Maybe not iconic. Maybe a legend. It's one of those movies when you think of 1980s car crash action superhero film. Predator's up there. Like I can't think of a action 80s film except maybe Top Gun or I don't know, RoboCop. First time watch, I get it. Not necessarily my favorite cup of tea, but I get it. What about yourself?
I feel similarly. I had no nostalgic attachment to the movie, to the property, to any of that. The farthest that I've gone is I saw the first Aliens versus Predator, and I saw the Predator 2018 with Shane Black directed. That's my only attachment to the franchise. But I do like stupidly loud Arnold Schwarzenegger led action 80s movies. So this was, that. And what I got was something very interesting. You do realize that this is basically an action film combined with a slasher film. Like it's a slasher film.
Everything except for the fact that a lot of it's in the day. You're right, and I think it's because it's like that because there's no way it would have worked if they had recorded it, at night.
Yeah, at night. Yeah, it works because it's during the daytime. It works because they want us to believe in this very charismatic group of young men who are heading into the jungle, and they have a mission. And I enjoy the movie more the second half than the first half because I don't really care about them just getting into the jungle and just shooting.
The rebels fighting and all that shit.
Yeah, I kind of don't care about that. I care when the Predator comes in and he keeps going. So that's the part that I stuck with the most.
Okay, so let's talk about a few things real quick. One, the effects. What do you think? Do you think they hold up to the standard, to the test of time?
I think the Predator suit looks amazing. It looked amazing back then. It looks amazing now. The effects when he's invisible, quote unquote, maybe not the best effects. The part when Carl Weathers gets his hands chopped off, maybe not the best effect.
I forgot that happened. Yeah.
Yeah, but the suit looks amazing. And the guy who's moving inside of it, he looks comfortable. Like he's
very
totally
animated though. Like throughout,
yeah.
Like the way he moves his arms and his head, like he's very Godzilla suit oriented. Like the actors from the Godzilla suit famously said, like they had to learn to act. This is gonna sound weird with their shoulders and arms and their back because you can't see their face and there's no lines. So you need to convey, I guess, emotion and movement and stuff with everything else. Like it's physical expression.
Yeah.
Um,
And when we
but no,
do
you're right.
see
The
the
effects
fish,
hold up.
when we do see the facial expression, when we do see the predator face, oh god, I missed practical effects so much. I love practical effects and seeing when he takes off the mask and like the face moves and all, oh god, I live for that shit. I love that that's there. So
You
I
know,
like that part. Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you a lot on that. I wish we would have more practical effects because there's if they tried to CGI the predator, it would look terrible. If they've tried to CGI predators nowadays and it still doesn't look good. You know,
Yeah.
CGI tech is there, they just don't put in the effort, or they don't have enough time. The art houses don't have enough time to be able to do as much as they would like. So the fact that it's practical effects and it looks great, I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that those are the parts that I like. The performances are fine. Arnold does the Arnold thing. That's the Arnold thing you want to see. Carl Weathers is there, playing a more subtle, subdued character. That we're used to seeing him play very loud and eccentric characters. So the fact that we see him very subdued here is also kind of nice. The movie starts, and in the first 5 minutes, we see the most iconic bro handshake in the history of film, which has so far become a meme.
Yeah, I legit
Yeah.
thought that there was going to be an explosion from that handshake. But then leave it to fucking and then maybe this is just me thinking nowadays, but it's also like how much of how small. Okay, I'm gonna say something not nice.
Damn it.
I'm gonna try to say, okay, how little of a ego do you have that you have to turn a handshake into an arm wrestling contest? I guess that's their relationship that they have, though.
Yeah, like it makes sense.
It's a bro relationship, so I guess that works out. I guess.
Yeah. Other than that, the characters are not overly complex and they don't really need to be. This is not like a character study or anything. They're just there to say one-liners, shoot, and die. Like that's what they're there for. Like the second that they were all in that helicopter, I knew they were all gonna die. Like I knew it.
Yeah, I thought more of them were gonna die actually.
I mean, good enough of them died. My favorite performance in the whole movie was given by Bill Duke. He is an actor that every time that I see him on screen, and I don't see him, he's the actor who played Mac. Weirdly enough, I feel like I don't see this guy in enough stuff, but every time that I see him, something about his eyes or the fact that he's a very tall man, like he carries such a strong presence in the movie. And in this one specifically, like there's a scene where Carl Weathers is standing and he like turns around and he kind of like grabs his knife and like it looks like he's gonna stab him, but he stabs a scorpion that is like just standing on his back, and he just lifts it up, and you can see the control and like the strength of his character, or just being able to just do this and catch a scorpion with his knife
and not have to injure any motherfucker.
Yeah,
that could have been a stabbing very easily, honestly.
Yeah. So that was cool. So I like him. I like Arnold. I like what I weirdly enough really like Shane Black. He plays Rich Hawkins, who did that stupid joke I did at the entrance, and he's good. Like he's not bad.
What's called there's so many iconic one-liners in this film. The one, the meme, get to the choppers, and all
get
that.
To the chopper, you are one ugly motherfucker. That one.
You know what's a really underrated one?
Which one?
You're bleeding. Ain't got time to bleed. You got time to duck? Like, this is not how people talk to each other, but okay. Like,
bleed, bastard. Yeah.
No, what was I gonna say? Fucking, I remember being a kid.
See you.
No. I remember being a kid. Fucking us at 8 years old wouldn't talk that stupid. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I don't think I'm wrong.
Yeah, no.
What else?
Yeah. Son of a bitch is dug like an Alabama tick. Yeah.
Wait, what's that song? What's that other one? If it bleeds, it can die.
If it bleeds, it can die. Yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot of like one-liners and shit, but oh god. You know what's something that I really like? Seeing this movie in retrospective, from knowing that it's a huge franchise, it's had like all these other movies, and there's a new one coming out, and you know, it's kind of cool that they kind of knew what to do with the Predator from the get-go. That I like how the character looks. Imagine seeing that design for the first time, not seeing it anywhere else, not seeing it in media, not seeing it in movies or video games or anything, just knowing that design exists. Like somebody came up with that. Somebody came up with a tall ass motherfucker with dreads and a metal mask and two knives. And like, how do you come up with that? The fact that they made it real, like out of a suit. Like,
yeah. I wish I had done more research on this because I would actually like to know some of the background of making the film, because I'm sure I don't think Arnold was as bankable. Like, I don't know if this is post Terminator 2 or pre Terminator 2. But I wonder, what it took to make this film and the cost of it, because you can argue it's a low budget film, but also, like, dude, they're in the middle of the jungle. Do you know how expensive that is to shoot? Dude, those are practical effects. You know how expensive that is to shoot. Yeah. But it's also such a small film because, again, it's in the jungle, not too many iconic set pieces. Just a lot of explosions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, was this film a triumph or was this film like a walk in the park?
I mean, it sounds like it was stressful. I mean, imagine shooting in the jungle for I was reading that when they did Evil Dead, they shot and lived in that little cabin where they made the movie. And then it became really stressful. So I can imagine what a jungle could have done to these guys.
I heard the same thing actually, that it was very for Evil Dead, how the circumstances of the filming. I think actually Freddie talked to us about it last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, the circumstances of what it took to shoot and all that.
Yeah. It got it just got complicated. I want to shout out fucking Peter Cullen. Peter Cullen is one of the oldest voice actors working, still working. And he did the voice, every sound that the Predator does, he does it. He's most famous for doing the voice of Optimus Prime, for the cartoons, like when we were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually brought him back to do the voice in the movies. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So he's the voice of the Predator. Even that little line that he goes when he goes anytime, that's him.
Oh man, I did not notice that.
Yeah, that's him. He's a legendary, voice SFX artist. He did voices for King Kong. He did voices for the Gremlins. He is great. He's a talent, and I didn't know that he was the Predator. So that's cool. I think that's so cool. And I have huge respect for voice actors, so I think this is really cool. Yeah.
I don't think people realize just how hard it is to do voice acting. Recording lines multiple times in general on camera is just a fucking, not trip, but more difficult than you expected. You're not just talking to a fucking mic, especially if you're acting. There's so much more to it. It's not even funny. Yeah.
And no, he commits and he's great. That little clicking sound that the Predator does it's iconic. Yeah.
Was that him though, or was that the effects or the team on the after?
I'm going to decide to believe that was him.
Maybe he added a special touch to that.
Maybe.
Yeah. No,
if he can do the Optimus Prime voice, I mean.
But what's also crazy about this film is it's such a small movie. Again, and I feel like I keep going back to that. It is a small film. It's barely over 100 minutes long. It takes place 99% in the jungle. There's not many big set pieces or anything like that. There's not a lot of dialogue. It's not like a story driven. It's literally just a survival film. Can we survive? And you're right. It is a slasher, except the victims are not a bunch of stupid, horny teenage kids. The victims are these overly macho men with guns. And maybe that's part of it. Because also it's like when I watch Halloween, part of what's scary to me is the fact that it's plausible. There can be a dude that just does not fucking quit. But also part of what I like is the fact that it's okay, I feel like I have a chance with this guy. If I put in my dukes and I hit him right, I could kill Michael Myers. I could beat him in a fist fight. You ain't beating the fucking Predator though. Arnie like fucking couldn't do it.
Slasher plus action does for a pretty good romp. I don't know if I had seen it when it came out, and I don't know what my position would have been on it back then.
Mhm.
I'm telling you that right now, like I'm glad I watched it, but I don't think I would watch it again.
This feels like the perfect like background movie. Like legit, you could take 1 minute of this film, and I wouldn't be able to tell you even if it's in the fucking beginning or the middle or the end. Like I really wouldn't be able to. I mean, some cool one-liners. I get it for a lot of people that saw this in the 80s when they were like young and impressionable. They're like, "Oh, this is fucking the best thing ever." I get it.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like I stand behind the idea that Predators is better. Because they take this bit because now, okay, so looking back on it, I see a lot of the things that are in Predators that happened in Predator. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like they remixed it, but they remixed it better. Like that one Yakuza guy that lost like 3 fingers or a few fingers, remember? Because he spoke
Yeah.
out of turn and he has a
Yeah.
duel with the Predator.
Yeah.
That happened in this film with the tracking guy, but you don't even see him. You just see him get killed. Same thing. There's a couple of things there where it's like somewhat traitors do it among their ranks. Fucking one person is convinced the one female in the whole team, like all that shit. Like they remix the first one into Predators, but Predators somehow it does it better. I'm sorry, Adrian Brody. Oh, even the way he beats him, like fucking covered in mud with flames everywhere.
Yeah.
Like Adrian Brody still has a better fight scene than fucking Arnold, and I'll back that up.
Yeah.
So no, I think Predator is fine. Predators was better. Final thoughts? Fucking, I'll give this movie a C for the fact that it's a goddamn classic.
I'm close to that. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. I'm like I said, I'm glad I watched it just so I could like close that cycle of not having seen it. Like, but maybe that's just the letterbox, the obsessed person, like in my head, just like fucking get to clean. I can clean this one off,
Of the 4 solo Predator films, it's the second best one, but that's not saying much.
You didn't see the 2018 one?
Nah, I heard it was garbage.
I thought it was fine.
Which would you prefer, 2018 or this one?
I think they're the same.
Sure.
I will lock them at the same. Yeah. All right. So that is our review on not the Predator. That is 2018. This is just Predator, and it was fun. It was fun. It was a good time, and that's it. Now join us next week for possibly Top Gun, possibly Chippendale Rescue Rangers, possibly whatever else we find out. The important thing is that this is a show that is happening, that is still going, that you can find in any feeds. And it's also cool that this weekend, Eddie and I are going to drink together. And that is enough reason to celebrate. So thank you all for joining us. My name was Chema.
I've been Chris Hansen.
Took you the entire episode to make a reference to what you took a seat right over there. And this was the rollback.
With a friendly reminder to monitor your children's online activity. That's not a bad one. That's not a bad one.
What can you see?
What do you mean?
Nothing.
You know what the fuck I mean. Monitor your children's activity online, all right? Fucking Chris Hansen needs you to do that.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.